poor Bear has recently been rescued and now she's in the hospital in a really dangerous condition. You might be wondering how she went from her last video where she was settling into foster care to here. Grab a cup of tea because she's got a lot to fill you in on. Since her arrival, her appetite's been really poor. She was offered different types of food, different sorts of bowls, different heights to eat from, different floor textures to stand on while she was eating, treat games, scatter feeding, you name it, we tried it. It's not unusual for dogs to go off their food in a new place or if they're a bit stressed, so we gave her a few days to settle in. But then we were contacted by a lodger in the house where she grew up. They had lots to tell us about how this eating problem has become a long-term thing, how she was only ever fed scraps, locked in a kitchen, completely ignored unless she was being shouted at, how she'd been bred from, like we can see from her physical condition, and how she'd probably never seen a vet before. So after a few days to decompress, it was time for her to meet her new vet. As you can see, she really likes him, and the feeling was definitely mutual.
You're gonna get us sweetheart.
She likes you.
She's very sweet, isn't she? Yeah, so we've got some tumours on that left hand side.
Are you expecting them to be cancerous?
You don't know until you take them off.
Her new friend Gareth was really pleased about the way she was presenting at this appointment. He said she was looking really good for her age. He also very kindly made time to talk to Katie, Bear's physical rehabilitation practitioner, who's been looking at her musculoskeletal issues, and they discussed some medication she could have to help ease her arthritis. After that, she deserved a really special treat, so we took her down to Parlour Cafe to get some goodies, and then down to Creeksea for what was probably her first experience by the water. She found the stones really strange to walk on and was carried back up the bank, but she did really well. Most dogs are really enthusiastic about treats from Parlour Cafe, but this little Londoner was in a totally new world, so it's understandable that was the last thing on her mind. So many wonderfully kind people leave different sorts of dog food at our donation drop-off points, so we had a whole bunch of other stuff yet to try. Bear finished her outing by meeting some swans and then went back to tell her foster carer all about her busy day. In the days that followed, her foster mum was lovingly making her home-cooked meals, boiling her up chicken and vegetables and cooking her sweet potatoes, and her behaviour team were working to come from every angle to help her feel comfortable in the hopes that her appetite would pick up. An example of one of the things we identified was a dog in the garden next door who was really struggling with anxiety, so we sorted him out his own behaviourist completely free of charge to his caregiver. Things seemed to be on the up for Bear, but then some mysterious vomiting started and more investigations were needed. Come back for part 5 to see how she got on.